Okay, so we got the tier list here. We got these Stranger Things season 5 character tier list here. So we got great, good, okay, meh, and didn't care for. So all the most of the characters this season is in season 5, of course. Let's zoom in on a couple characters, but it's the majority of the characters. I want to do this in the way this is now, so that way, just to make it go way easier. So anyway, um, Holly, I thought Holly was a good character. Derek was a really good character. I know people will like meme on like Holly's age now that because if they it was a different actress because they wanted Holly to play more of a role. I thought she did really good. And also, one that plays Derek does really good too. These are both like two really good characters. Well, Holly has been there, but it's now a bigger story. So it's pretty cool with the way now we have these two. They worked. They of course didn't like each other at first, and now they've grown to now be friends, which is really nice. I do like that arc. And also they fucking about to fucking die, but they didn't know they want to die at all. So this video is it was a pretty cool thing though. The other kids are okay. Obviously, it was nice to have, but you could tell like the main focus was on Derek and Holly. Um, Although where was the kid who pushed Holly downstairs? I think it was this little shed, right? I would put him in Dan Careful, but he was still okay. So the other kids, I put the other kids in okay. Like they were part of the story. They of course part of the story, and but so it was pretty cool seeing them. But you could like the main focus was definitely on Holly and Derek. Oh, Derek's sister. I forget her name. I forget her name. It was a short scene, but I put it in a good because it was a fucking funny ass scene. It was a funny scene. I'll put that in good. Erica goes in great. Olivia goes in great. Dustin goes in great. Mike goes in great. Will, Max, freaking Lucas, of course. So both of those are great. It's insane. A lot of these characters just like went through arcs this season. Erica, still kind of the same Erica we've had, but still kind of the same one we had. But it was season 3 where she was really brought into this. 11 had a pretty good arc. Said it like a lot of times there was a her and Hopper fighting a lot of times, but then she's going to like acknowledge Hopper was a dad to her now, which is pretty cool. So and then her death scene, which was really upsetting. Of course, so she goes through a huge arc. Dustin goes through an arc, basically seeing Eddie dying in season 4. Then he goes because of that he's distant, but he also does not want to see Steve or anyone else dying as well. Mike goes through an arc. Basically, he sees freaking literally sees 11 die. That fucking changes him so much. But he also has the others that he also has his other friends too, which is really nice. Will goes through really good fucking arc. Motherfucker gets fucking powers instead of being like a thing like it's like kind of like he was kind of like the in a way the support like the support friend of the group now, and then like he's mostly just there to like detect like when like the mind flayer is there. Like season 3 to meet the mind flayed is there, that stuff like that. He goes to an arc and kind of fucking powers, and then his coming out scene, which is pretty cool. A lot of people were like controversial on that one, but I thought that was a pretty cool arc because he was happy being accepted, which is pretty cool. Max goes through a fucking arc. Most of the time, she was like, yeah, she was spent in a coma, of course. But while she was spent in a coma, she also was helping Holly and also the other kids get to escape and be able to get out of there. She comes back and then just reunites with everyone. So which is pretty cool scene. Lucas goes through a really cool arc. Basically, he kind of like so he kind of like turns into a Steve in a way where a lot of these guys turn into like Steve, where they're like protecting the kids from being taken by the Demogorgons. That was pretty cool. So they in a way these they all like in a way become like a Steve, which is pretty cool. The bullies, I forget their names. They're meh. They're not bad, but they were just there for like one episode. They were okay in season 4, but I felt like this season they were kind of like throwaways. Honestly, they were just throwaways, and like they were there episode 1 to beat up Dustin, and then that was it. Like that's it. And boom. After that, there you don't see him anymore. Vicky, I thought Vicky was a good character. Like instead of her being like, instead of her having only a couple scenes in season 5, she now is also confused as shit. That's what that was going on, but she in the end wants to help out, which is really cool, and she's there to like she's looking at the Max, which is pretty cool. Robin, a really great character, really great character too. Nancy, great character. Um, I think these were two great characters. Jonathan was a great character as well. He kind of goes through an arc in a way where these two both go in an arc where they realize that the best thing for them to do is just break up, and then but they're fine with being friends, which is pretty cool. So I did like that. Uh, Steve, obviously, great character. Um, at the end, he basically becomes like a baseball coach, which is pretty cool. So that was a pretty cool thing. And then he also goes like everyone like helps out killing the mind flayer, which is pretty cool. Okay, it's gonna be a controversial one. I know. Callie, I thought Callie was a good character. I'm gonna be honest. First of all, so much better than season 2, where it was just a throwaway episode where it was that was my phone, where it was just a throwaway episode. You could just like, you know, cut it out. You want to notice anything, but kind of cool they brought that was it's kind of cool they brought her back, and her and Eleven are reuniting, and she wants to help them out to try to kill Vecna. And I saw so many theories of her where she was gonna like in a way betray them when part of me was thinking about that, but part of me also really didn't. But of course she goes through an arc as well where she like she has got appointed to her, and then of course is not want to give up where tell where Elle is, which is pretty cool. Then ends up dying in Hawkins, the lab, the upside down version of the lab. Vecna, obviously great, still a really great character. You really didn't need to do much with him since you already had that backstory in season 4, so you really didn't need to do much with him. But the whole fucking thing of him not being in the upside down, but being in the fucking abyss, it was a really cool little twist I did not think I didn't see coming. I don't think anyone saw coming with the fucking abyss. That was a really cool scene. Then he still was like, because he's still trying to like strengthen his powers. So he's using the kids and wants to freaking collide the upside down with Hawkins, which is pretty cool. Derek's parents, I put them in good. Obviously, it led to a funny scene. I forget their names, but I put them in good because it led to a funny ass scene. The military, I forget his name. Put him in meh. Like the military they were okay in season 4. They mostly have to like kill 11, of course, so they were okay. And then now it was just kind of the same thing where they were trying to hunt 11. So they weren't bad, but they were just like probably you honestly could have cut them out, and you probably would have missed much on. It's like freaking oh fuck, Mr. Clark. Obviously, Mr. Clark turned into a really good character. He goes through an arc too where so just like helping him out, like phone calls, calling him, telling him what to do. She's actually helping them out, and he go to the upside down, going to the lab, and actually wanting to help them fight whatever the hell they find in the abyss, which was the mind flayer, which was pretty cool. Also Vecna too. Murray, another great character. Of course, he was basically the fucking supplier this season. Basically giving them one of the fucking supplies like fucking guns, grenades, fucking bunch of other shit, which is pretty cool. So, Murray was pretty cool. Hopper was a great character too. A really great character. Obviously, there's times when him and 11 they're fighting, of course, every so often, which can be a bit annoying. But they put that aside pretty quickly, which is good. Then, of course, at the end of and I think it was a prologue. He's of course no the epilogue. He's talking to Mike, basically convincing Mike to, just not do what he did, and of course, which was pretty cool. And He was also like helping Elf fight off the military too, which is pretty cool. Joyce, a great character. The fact that she fucking got the final kill, she actually killed Vecna, which is pretty cool. Because of Vecna, everything this whole thing started, and Joyce just gets the last kill, which is pretty cool. I did like that as well. Karen, I'll put Karen and Ted. I'll put them in good because they both go through fucking arc as well. Like they both go through an arc. Of course they were kind of like they didn't know like what the hell was going on. Then fucking randomly fucking Demogorgon comes into their house and then wanting to take Holly. So Karen tries to fight him off. Even Ted fought them off for a little bit. But although we didn't see Ted anywhere else, but I would put him in good for the fact that he fought a fucking trying to fight Demogorgon, which is pretty cool. And Karen also fought Demogorgon, and of course Karen was also like wanting to help out too at the in the laundry room scene where she fucking killed a bunch of the demo dogs. So that was pretty cool. Now I put Dr. K. I put him man as well along with the other military guy. Actually, you know what? I put her in okay. I said meh. Put her in okay. You know what? I put her in good. I thought she was a good character, especially with that fucking twist of like her wanting to bring back Brenner's fucking experiment. That scene was pretty cool. Um, that scene was really fucking awesome. Well, not awesome, but kind of like it was in like a messed up kind of way. I'll say that though. So yeah. Dr. K put her in a good. Thought she was a pretty good character. Outside of the military, like probably could have cut them out honestly. They were just mostly after wanted to kill them, but the fact that they Dr. K was trying to do the whole like experiment thing, and she wasn't just there because she's Linda Hamilton. She wanted to she tried to do the whole experiment. I thought it was pretty. I thought it was a really fucking interesting scene of that one. I would say that. So anyway, this is the final tier list of Stranger Things at season 5. Probably the final tier list of Stranger Things, honestly. Now that the show sadly ended, but yeah. So let me know what you guys think. Let me know. So anyway, that's about it, and I'll see you guys later.